There is a pipeline that almost changed the global energy system. It starts in Iran, near one of the largest gas fields on Earth. It runs for hundreds of kilometers across harsh desert terrain, built with heavy steel and designed for high-pressure flow. And then, just before it reaches its destination, it stops. No connection, no continuation. Just a line of infrastructure ending in the middle of nowhere. The gas is there, the pipeline is there, but the system is incomplete. And because of that, one of the most important energy solutions in recent history never became reality. To understand why this matters, you have to understand how global energy actually moves. The modern energy system is not evenly distributed. It is concentrated, directional, and heavily dependent on a few critical routes. And one of the most important of those routes is the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow waterway between Iran and Oman, carrying nearly 20% of the world's oil supply and a significant portion of global gas exports. Every day, hundreds of tankers pass through this corridor, not because it's efficient, but because there are very few alternatives. This creates a system where a single point of failure can affect the entire world. And for decades, that vulnerability has been clear, which is why, for years, there has been one recurring idea: find a way around it. That idea became the Iran-Pakistan gas pipeline. Instead of loading gas onto ships and sending it through a fragile maritime route, the plan was simple: move it over land.
Iran-Pakistan gas pipeline.
The dream that I had seen then to bring a pipeline from Iran is possible today.
Presidents Asif Ali Zardari and Mahmoud Ahmadinejad inaugurated the Iran-Pakistan pipeline.
The inauguration of a gas pipeline between Iran and neighbors Pakistan, defying opposition from Washington.
From Iran's South Pars gas field, the largest natural gas field in the world, directly into Pakistan. No ships, no choke point, no Hormuz. A straight physical connection between supply and demand. Please take a moment to subscribe and like the video. It really helps the channel. The pipeline was designed to transport around 8 to 9 billion cubic meters of gas every year, enough to generate roughly 4,000 megawatts of electricity. For Pakistan, this wasn't just energy, it was stability. Families in Karachi sat in the dark for hours each day. This pipeline was supposed to fix that. For Iran, it was equally important. A way to export gas without relying on vulnerable sea routes. A way to monetize one of the world's largest reserves, without passing through a choke point it did not fully control. At one stage, the vision expanded even further. India was part of the plan. A single pipeline connecting 3 countries. A system where shared infrastructure could reduce conflict. Because when economies depend on the same pipeline, disruption becomes too expensive. This was more than engineering. It was infrastructure as diplomacy. This was not a simple project. It was a full-scale energy system designed to move gas continuously across borders, through difficult terrain and over long distances. And despite those challenges, progress was made. On one side of the border, the work was completed. Iran built its section of the pipeline. Over 900 kilometers of infrastructure. Billions of dollars invested. A continuous line of steel running from the gas fields to the edge of Pakistan. This was not a proposal. It was not a plan. It was real. The gas was ready. The system was pressurized. Everything was in place. And then it stopped. Because on the other side, nothing continued. The gas was ready. The pipeline wasn't. Pakistan's section of the pipeline never materialized. There were agreements, there were timelines, there were announcements. At one point, construction was expected to be completed by 2014. But year after year, progress stalled. And eventually, the project was effectively frozen. This wasn't because the technology didn't exist. It wasn't because the route was impossible. It was because something else intervened. Then Washington stepped in. Not with troops, with sanctions. The message was clear. Build this pipeline and face the consequences. No financing, no access to global banking systems, no participation in international markets. For Pakistan, this changed everything. Because building the pipeline was no longer just an infrastructure decision, it became a geopolitical one. On one side, a direct supply of affordable gas. On the other, access to the global financial system. It was a choice between energy security and economic survival. And in the end, Pakistan chose to stop. But stopping a project does not erase it. The agreements remained. One of the most significant was the take-or-pay clause. If Pakistan failed to take the agreed amount of gas, it would still be required to pay for it. Over time, that cost has grown. Today, the potential penalty could reach up to $18 billion for a pipeline that does not exist, a system that was never completed, a solution that was never used, and the real impact extends far beyond penalties. Because the world today looks exactly like the scenario this pipeline was designed to avoid. This was the bypass. And it almost worked. The Strait of Hormuz remains a critical choke point. Tensions continue to rise. Shipping routes remain vulnerable. Energy prices remain volatile. If the pipeline had been completed, Pakistan would have had a direct land-based energy supply. It would not be exposed to the same risks. It would not be dependent on tanker routes. Instead, it relies on imported LNG, often at higher and more unpredictable prices. Instead, Pakistan now pays premium prices for spot market gas, when it can get it at all. The difference is not small. It is systemic. This pipeline represents something larger than a single project. It represents a system that could have existed, a different version of the global energy network, one that was less dependent on choke points, less exposed to disruption, more stable. But it was never allowed to develop, because infrastructure does not exist in isolation. It exists within politics, within alliances, within power structures, and sometimes those forces determine what gets built and what doesn't. Today, the pipeline stands as a partial system, complete on one side, missing on the other, a physical reminder of a solution that came close, but never fully materialized. The gas is still there, the infrastructure is still there, but the connection is not. Iran built their half. Pakistan never built theirs. And today, billions of dollars in penalties sit on a pipeline that moves nothing. A system that was built, but never allowed to work. That's not an engineering failure. That's a political one.